Hey, it's Mark the Tax Wit here with your Tax Tip Tuesday, Basic Tax Laws, Part 3, Filing Status, Head of Household. All right, so what is head of household? A lot of people. This is probably one of the most fraudulent but also most misunderstood parts of the tax code. A lot of people think they're head of household, not even the people who are on that Big Brother television show. Teenagers think they're the head of household. Anyone who lives alone, they're like, well, I'm head of household. So they check that box on a W-4. It ends up messing up their payroll. So you don't want to just check that box. You're only a head of household if you are a single parent with a dependent child or a qualifying relative that lives with you, or you pay their bills like a parent that you're paying for and they're living somewhere else. But the main idea about head of household is that it's about whether you are paying to keep up your home. So if you're supporting a child, but you're living with someone and they're paying the bills, you're not head of household. Here's the other thing. There can only be one head of household per household. You can't have two people paying more than half the cost of keeping up the home. The math doesn't work there. A lot of people have tried that, and usually they get a nice letter from the IRS saying, hey, we've got some conflicting information here. All right, you can't give this status away like an exemption. You can't say, well, yeah, I have the kid most of the time, but I'm giving my ex, they get to claim head of household this year. It doesn't work that way. That's only about whether they live with you more than 6 months in your home and you paid more than half the cost of keeping up the home. You also can't claim a kid to be a part of your head of household, to make you head of household, unless you're related to that child. So boyfriend or girlfriend's kid living with you, you're not head of household. You might be able to claim them, but you're not going to be head of household. You also can't be married and have one parent claim head of household and the other not claim head of household. So claim single. Doesn't work that way. If you're married, you got to file married filing joint or married filing separate. The only way you can do that would be if you're common law married, you've never filed a tax return together, then you could have one person be head of household and one be single. Or if you have an abandoned spouse, one person's moved out of the country or moved on and left you with a kid, as long as you didn't live with that person at all, no weekend of regret, for any time in the last 6 months of the year, tax year, then you could be head of household. You'd be considered unmarried. That's your Tax Tip Tuesday. Thanks for a longer one this time, but you have a good one.